Hi there, and welcome to another Hero Arts card making tutorial. I'm Jeanette Cosson, and I thank you for joining me. Today, I'm sharing how I use the Hero Arts Floral Doily Bold Prints to create an image with gradiated color. It's a quick and easy card, and I hope you'll craft along with me or give it a go after we finish up here. I'll be using this gorgeous and intricately designed cling mount floral doily stamp, Hero Arts ink in Rose Madder, Indigo, and Grape Juice, Hero Arts Rectangle Infinity and Luggage Tag alphabet dies, a MISTI stamp platform, and other basic products that you likely already have in your crafting arsenal. When using a cling mount stamp in a MISTI, please remove the black foam insert. Cling mount stamps are thicker than clear photopolymer. Just set the foam aside and slip in a sheet of scratch or gridded paper. I like the grid, but it is not necessary for this project. Scratch paper would work just as well. Then I'm adding a few strips of repositionable tape adhesive to secure my A2 size 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch panel of Hero Arts snow layering paper. If you don't have repositionable adhesive, that's okay. Just use cardstock larger than the stamp and secure it in place with magnets. The panel can later be trimmed down to the A2 format. Set your clean stamp down onto your card panel and then close the MISTI lid to pick up your stamp. I'm using full-sized Hero Arts ink pads in Rose Madder, Indigo, and Grape Juice. Mini ink cubes would work just as well for this, as well as a myriad of color combinations. With Rose Madder, I'm inking up the top third or so of the stamp. I like to work light to dark when possible if I'm overlapping the inks. Then dab the stamp with a paper towel to lighten the ink in the transition area. I'm going for a smooth transition of color for this particular card. If this is worrisome for you, lighten more than you think might be necessary. Using the MISTI stamp platform allows restamping as many times as necessary. It is much easier to build color than it is to remove it once it's stamped. I use my sleeve to press firmly and evenly across the inked area. In fact, you may see this same sleeve in several of my videos. My air conditioning vent blows right on the area where I craft, and it freezes me out. I keep this little flannel hanging over the back of my chair to keep the chill off when the air is on. And I'm in Central California where the temperatures are often over 100 degrees in the summer, so this flannel and I become pretty cozy in the summer. Repeat this step of inking and blotting until you're happy with the pink. And then you will repeat the same method with the shade Indigo. With Indigo, make sure to lighten both the top and the bottom where it transitions from pink to blue and from blue to purple. Again, repeat as many times as necessary to achieve the look you want. Slow and steady will get you the look you're going for. Don't rush the color. This is repeated for the third ink color, Grape Juice. You can certainly go back to any of the prior colors and add more ink. I went back and added a touch more Rose Madder pink in the transition area between the pink and the blue. Do be sure to clean the stamp well, or you could pick up some of the blue shade from the stamp. If that does happen, don't panic. Just rub the ink pad itself on a piece of scratch paper and the color of the ink itself will return to normal. Once you've finished inking, carefully lift the panel from the MISTI. If you've used a larger panel, go ahead and trim that down to A2, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. Hero Arts Nesting Rectangle Infinity dies come as a set of 16, so you have a ton of sizing options. I used 2 of the larger ones that are right next to each other in size so that I could create a narrow inlaid border. Carefully place them on top of the inked panel and line up considering the space between the edge of the card to the first outer die and the inner die to the outer die. Secure in place with light tack tape and then pass through your die cutting machine. While we're at the die cutting machine, use the Hero Arts Luggage Tag alphabet dies and snow layering paper to create the word hello. I also added brackets, which are included in the set for a fun touch. Place the die cut letters onto the sticky side of blue painter's tape and ink blend the lower half of the letters and brackets with Rose Madder ink and a foam blending tool. Next, assembly time. Check to make sure your largest frame fits the card base. If the card base is slightly larger, trim the base to fit the frame. If the frame is slightly larger, that shouldn't present an issue. Apply liquid glue, and I like to use liquid glue so that I have a touch of wiggle room, to the outer edge of the Hero Arts Snow folded card base. Adhere the largest border in place. Apply another thin bead of glue and adhere the gold glitter border. Nest it right up to the large border, but not overlapping. Apply glue to the remaining exposed interior and press the center rectangle in place. Apply liquid glue to the back of each letter and secure in place. I like to place a straight edge underneath my letters to keep them in line. A T-square like I'm using works great, but you can also use a straight ruler. Just align the card on a gridded mat or paper, and then use a ruler across the card, aligning it on either side of the card panel. Apply a few gold sequins from the Hero Arts Champagne Sequin Mix to help bring the eye from the busy background to the hello sentiment. This completes today's project. If you've crafted along with me today or plan to give this card a go, tag myself, Jeanette Cosson, and Hero Arts on social media. We'd love to see what you're up to. You can find the links to the products I have used over on the Hero Arts blog, and I'll have that post linked up in the description box below on YouTube. Thank you so much for spending your time with myself and Hero Arts today. Happy crafting!